We are live. This is the Reseller Wakeup. It's Thursday, the 6th of November. Wow, already 6 days into November. This is crazy, isn't it? This is a working hangout. We're just a group of resellers who sell on mostly Amazon and eBay. Get together every morning and talk shop and answer each other's questions, give each other advice, share bolos, stuff like that. But yeah, if you got any questions, we're watching you in the chat. You can just go ahead and we'll be trying to follow that as much as possible. And that's that. But how's everybody doing this morning? Anything crazy, wild going on? Any awesome finds yesterday? Good sales? Any of that?
My toys are flying off the shelf at Amazon already.
I know.
Yeah, my Amazon toys haven't been doing very well, but I've been selling the crap out of video games.
Mine are just about every toy that I sent in my last shipment's almost gone already.
Wow.
Yeah,
I just
my
made
last
$13.
shipment is almost gone already.
Huh. Yeah, I got my first negative on Amazon yesterday.
No, or was it you or was it the product?
It was me. Well, it wasn't me. This guy, he left a message that it was a video game, okay? It was like a brand new, well, it wasn't brand new, but it was a used video game. And he said it works half the time and the other half the time it doesn't. So it shouldn't be considered acceptable. So I was like, wait a minute. This is a game disc. You can't, I'm a tech, okay? I know this, how this works. They don't work half the time and the other half the time they don't work.
That's what I was wondering.
If you get like a fingerprint on it or something, then maybe you have to wipe it off and then it'll work. But I mean, if it's working half the time and then you try it again and it doesn't work, and then you try it again and it works again, then it's your laser. So I sent him a big, long, drawn-out email about, what's it actually doing, and have you done this, this, and this, and hopefully I get that changed. But it was really frustrating because, I mean, there's no way that it can be doing what you said it was doing and have it be the disc.
Can you get feedback revisions on Amazon?
Absolutely.
Especially if it's not your fault. But I mean, if it's something that Amazon deems as your fault, then I mean.
Well, I didn't know if it was like
He
similar to
can't get that
eBay.
removed.
No, a lot of times you can get them removed because the reviews are supposed to be about you as a seller.
Right.
About
That's
your
why he
product.
can't get that removed.
So yeah, so if if it said, that he shipped it slowly, that's a legitimate. If he was merchant fulfilled, that would be a legitimate seller review. But if it said, oh, this product is no good, I don't like it, it smells funny.
It doesn't do what it says it
Right.
does.
That's a product review, not a seller review, and you can get it removed.
Now since Paul gave that guy that info, if that guy that guy can go in and change, what he left. But Amazon won't remove that because it's technically the item that he sent in that the guy says isn't working the way that it normally would work.
If you're selling a book and there's no cover on it, and you don't disclose that on there's no cover at all, it's just the book, and you don't disclose it, and you send it to somebody, and they say, what the hell, this thing doesn't even have a cover, then obviously they're going to be able to leave a negative review, and it's your fault because you didn't disclose it. And
Right. So, but if they say slow shipping and it was FBA, they'll remove it.
They'll remove that.
Amazon
Or if they
takes that off.
Yeah, or if they said, I hate this book. It's a terrible book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
yeah, you just have to. When you get a negative review, there's like a resolve button, and what was the other button? I can't even remember what they call it. But there's two buttons you can push. One of them is to try and resolve it with the customer, and the other one is to tell Amazon, hey, this needs to be removed because this doesn't pertain to me.
You're basically opening a
I've
case.
only gotten Rockstar reviews, so I'm okay right now.
Yeah, I've only gotten 3 reviews. Or that was my 4th review.
Yeah, I've got a grand total of 1.
Yeah.
I finally got
a lot.
a FBA review, like something that sold FBA that they actually said, oh, this worked out great. So
Yeah, I do need
I'm up to 7.
I need to figure out a way to get my FBA reviews up or my Amazon reviews up, because when you get one negative, and I mean I've sold like over 100 items now, and I've gotten 3 positive reviews out of those 100 items. I mean, It's so frustrating. I
You
mean,
don't get many as the seller.
yeah. I mean, I just don't understand how people can get like 5,000 positive reviews and keep it in the 99 percentile or whatever. I
Like
mean,
I've never left I've never left feedback for a seller, and I buy 90% of my stuff on Amazon probably.
I
Come
do.
to think of it, neither have I.
I do just because I know it's so hard.
I mean,
it's so
I know,
hard to
and
get
I should
feedback,
be.
so I do it on purpose.
yeah.
I should be.
Is there a category possibly on Amazon where people have a better tendency to give reviews, or is there an app? I mean, I know on
Well,
eBay.
I get messages from sellers, and the funny thing is actually the last one I received is for a Halloween costume that I'm actually about to send back because it was for the baby, and the snaps and everything fell apart the first time my wife put it on her.
Oh,
Huh.
So, and it was $20.
I just had to return an FBA purchase, and I felt so bad about it, but then I got really mad about it because we got my kid this like $60 board game, and it was like new condition, and it was missing the 15 player pieces. Kind of hard to play a Halo game without the little Halo guys.
Yeah, that's the thing that, like that little costume. I mean, $20 for a baby's costume is kind of pricey, but it's what she wanted. So it was Pumpkin Princess, but like the snaps on the onesie part like came off, and like the headband came apart, like the first
But
day.
they can. I don't know. I would return it. I would.
Oh, I'm going to, and I'm going to leave a crappy review. But they're, of course, they solicit feedback.
Yeah. I've never gotten a solicitation for feedback. I've never gotten anything, so I don't know. I just don't understand.
No.
I don't know. I guess if you're one of those guys with 20,000 books in Amazon and you do like 10 sales a day, then every couple days somebody does it, leaves you a review, and
Yeah.
you do
Well,
it
I
for
mean,
5 years.
it's just like eBay. I bet you, I've got, I don't know, I left less than well, I've probably got about 1,500 reviews or feedback between the two accounts. That's probably, I'd say less than a quarter of the items that have sold.
Yeah, but I mean on eBay it's 25% about right for me too, but that's a lot. I mean, I've got I've got over 4,000 reviews right now, and I mean it's like I said, when you're used to 25% of the people leaving you a positive feedback, it's a little frustrating when you try doing the same type of thing on Amazon and that one guy comes along and screws up your rating. It's like, really, man?
Yeah.
I mean, if you
Well,
deserve
that's
it, you
what I
deserve
laughed
it.
about with the eBay saying, "Oh, we helped your account." My feedback rating on my larger account was 98.9 because I had a bunch of idiots leave some bad feedback I couldn't get removed. No big deal. I don't really worry about it, but they supposedly fixed a bunch of my seller ratings, and my feedback went down to 98.8.
That's funny.
I know they
So I was like, "What kind of crap is this?" Like,
He helped you.
yeah, I had no idea. Unless, I don't know, maybe they removed some that actually left me partial highs, but some really lows. You know what I mean? I'm assuming, I don't know what they did. But
Yeah. Well, what pisses me off is, I mean, I actually do test every one of my games, and I've been doing this a long time. I can look at a disc and tell if it's going to work 99% of the time, and if it looks sketchy, I'll sit there and test it on like 3 or 4 different systems sometimes, just because I've always got tons of them piled up and ready to go, and all I gotta do is plug it in and test it. But I mean, if it's a $60 game, I'm gonna make sure the freaking thing works. Even if it's a $20 game, I'm gonna like before I send it in, I send them in like 20 or 30 at a time, so I can just sit there and go down the line on and test it on multiple consoles just to make sure. And when something like that happens, it's like, no, it's your system, man. It's got to be. And I mean, there's nothing that I can do about it. Just no matter what you do, there's going to be that one guy out there. And if you're unlucky enough to have him hit you when you're just getting started, then it's pretty frustrating.
My second feedback on Amazon was a negative, was a 1, and so I had 50% feedback. I was like, oh no. because this is awful for my new business.
Right. What's your feedback at now?
It's I have 7, and it's at hang on, I can tell you. It's at
I only have 4.
I'm at 4.7 stars at 86%.
Mine's 4 and 100, but 2 of them are about how fast the shipping was.
Oh.
And one of them was, fast shipping, and it came with the adhesive I ordered too. You're welcome.
I have one that says, there were several price tags on my box that said Goodwill $6.99. I gave it as a present, but I felt I owed the parents an explanation. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, you kind of...
It was an off day, and I remember I threw it in the box and shipped it off.
I would still try to get the person to reverse it and really, really apologize or do whatever I could.
She
but
left me a 3, which wasn't bad for such a mess up.
Yeah.
I was shamed, that's for sure.
Yeah, Adam's got a story about that. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, these kids these days, they haven't been playing video games for very long, because back in my day, if they didn't work, like, you had to sit there and play with it for like 20 minutes before you could get them to work most of the time.
Yeah,
You
blow in it,
you had to blow inside the system.
I remember those old Nintendo cartridges. We take alcohol and Q-tips.
Yep.
The old Atari games, we'd rip the casings off just so we could get the little thing to move it around and get it to work right.
Brian, weren't you still playing with like clay marbles and jacks?
No, but I do have your hoop if you have a stick. That could remind you of it.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been pretty good this week as far as sales go. I mean, not great, but I haven't been listing either. I totally blew off that listing challenge.
I was going to say, who did the challenge?
I didn't.
I didn't.
I've been too busy, man. I've got so much going on. Like yesterday, I went out and actually scanned some books for once, just because I was at Goodwill and I had like an hour to kill, and they didn't have crap. I mean, there was nothing on the appliance rack was empty. The only thing that they had was this gigantic food dehydrator that I looked up on eBay that was selling for like $25, and they wanted $15 for it. And besides that, I got a pretty cool suit. That was pretty.
Yeah, we saw you trying to be pimp.
Oh yeah, it worked, man, didn't it? I can pull that off.
What's the brand?
Clubman. I looked it up on eBay, and they seem to be going for like $100. So I was like, yeah, I paid $9 for it, whatever.
Yeah, see, I'm still too petrified of doing all the crazy clothes and suits and that. I pick up some jackets, but that's it.
Yeah, I'm going to set up a new account for all my high-end stuff, like my suits and my really expensive jackets, just because I think that's a good start for a store, you know, just like if I'm only doing 10 sales a month, I want them to be, you know, $100, $200, $500 sales. And I just got to figure out a way. I've got to figure out how I want to brand it, and that's what I'm going to be working on and kind of trying to talk
How about Resale Ronin's clothing hoard?
Yeah, there you go. I was thinking Ronin Street men's clothing or something like that.
Yeah. No, that's not a bad idea, though, especially being that you have so many clothing loons out there that leave crappy feedback. That way, if it flops, it doesn't affect your other stuff, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, but I mean, I think that if I'm doing a lot of Pinterest and I'm doing a lot of like Facebook and just trying to use the social media to really drive repeat business, that it'll turn into more. I want it to become more like people come to me instead of people going to eBay to look for the stuff.
Let's talk about Pinterest, because I got an account yesterday. I wanted to try to start doing some social promoting. You know, being like a lot of the ads and the pictures been kind of dry the last week or so, so I was thinking maybe I could promote them and try to get my sales going again. What do you do with the Pinterest?
Anybody that does Pinterest, I actually don't do it. I haven't messed with it yet. But anybody,
I have boards that are set up that I will list certain things. Like I have a vintage board, like vintage toys or toys from your past or whatever. I have one that's called Ugly Shoes, Happy Feet, and therefore like comfort shoes, you know. And so if I've got something special, I'll go ahead and I'll list them over there on Pinterest on those different boards. Like I have one for Disney and one for.
Do you just link it back to your eBay, right?
Right. It'll link back to your eBay. There's also Social Beacon that you can use that'll actually do all 3 platforms at the same time. It'll do Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest at the same time. And you can even schedule when they're going out and stuff like that. It's called Social Beacon. And if you sell something, instead of it taking them to the sold listing page, it'll take them to a screen that says this item has sold. Here's some other things you can buy from the seller.
Okay.
What you can also do is change the link from a link to the item. You can change the link to a link to the search of that item in your store. That way, if you relist it, it's going to always go to your store in a search for that. So,
Say that again.
if you change edit the
So
link.
you could, like, say if I link a photo, you could do it so that it searches photos
Never
in my store.
expires. Right. That way, because after 30 days, your Pinterest, unless you're doing good till canceled, your Pinterest link is no longer valid after your listing expires. You know, if you list it. But if
interesting.
Yeah, if you change it, the link to a search of your store for that item, or even a search of a similar, like if you just put cowboy pictures and maybe you have 4 cowboy pictures, right? It's going to bring up all those cowboy pictures instead of just the one, and it'll always bring up a search for your store instead of a dead sold link.
Well, that's pretty cool. Now, how do you get people interested in your Pinterest, or do you just kind of sit back and wait?
They find it. I get people that pin and repin and like, and I don't know who they are. A good thing to do is if somebody likes your Pinterest page, go ahead and like them back. I don't ever look at Pinterest, but I get emails all day long about people that are repinning and liking things that I have.
So you just reciprocate it and keep it growing.
Right. But there's nothing that you have to do, you know. Some people do a lot of maintenance. I don't. I just leave it alone.
If you're very nichey, like you are with the Militaria stuff,
It would be awesome.
it may be a good idea to go in and search Pinterest for boards like that, and then follow those people, and follow a lot of people who are pinning military-type items, and then they will follow you back, and your stuff will come up on their search.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, so you can also go to Pickers University. It's another. It's the only group that I know of that's doing like a Pinterest thing every week. But the person that runs the group actually does. I think her name's Tina. She does a Pinterest post, and then everybody that posts their link everybody pins each other's posts or whatever. However Pinterest works. I don't know.
Okay. Now, Callie Picker's involved with the Picker University a lot, isn't he?
Yeah, it's Tina Lambert, I think.
Yeah, Tina Lambert, that's right.
She's really nice lady. They do some good stuff in that group.
Yeah.
It's more of it's a very nice group, and you know they're all about helping each other out. I think it's a lot of newbies, but they do a lot of things like that, trying to help each other out, kind of deal.
Well, I'm just trying to grow and adapt, you know.
But that's what I mean. Pinning and repinning, like they do, that you would be surprised at how quickly, you know, a pin will gain popularity. Like I still get traffic from things that I pinned when I first joined Pinterest. Like I was in the Pinterest beta stuff, and I still get traffic from things that I pinned then.
That was one thing.
Is amazing.
That was one thing mentioned in that, you know, a lot of times on, like on Facebook or on different forums, where if you have a post, it's time sensitive. You know, it's going to go down as soon as somebody else posts something. It goes like this. You know, But Pinterest doesn't work the same way. It's timeless. If somebody searches for that thing, if they're searching for something, it's going to come up no matter what.
Right.
There's not a time that it's already scrolled down to the bottom and is no longer relevant.
Right. Well, and that's one thing, I've talked to Paul and stuff about the downside of the Facebook groups is you lose a lot of good information really quick.
Right.
Because it just gets buried and it's gone. And I've mentioned a forum only because I run the Militaria forum and doing somewhat of a format in that sense for the resellers, just because then all this great information would be archived and cataloged and searchable, and things wouldn't get just lost to time,
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing a forum. Once I get my website up and running, the Reseller Wakeup, I've already got the address. I just haven't gotten it set up yet. I want to do a message board. I want to do a podcast. I want to set everything up so that you can see every episode and just make it so that it becomes more of a destination and kind of like a vlog, I guess. And then I've got Resale Ronin as well, but I want to keep that more for like my haul videos, which I haven't been doing at all. I've been taking a lot of video footage while I'm out, and I've got like a bunch of videos half edited that I just haven't gotten around to posting yet, but hopefully more of that's coming. But the message board is definitely something that I want to get going, because I think that's how I got started in the internet, and like getting involved with people on the internet and getting to know people on the internet is message boards. I've always loved them. I think that they're great, and as long as you can stay active and you can get lots of people and lots of traffic there to keep them going, then I think it's a lot better than Facebook. Facebook is just convenient and easy. Everybody's got a Facebook. All you have to do is you're just a couple clicks away. You can, but it's more like it's so much easier to lose stuff on Facebook. And once it's gone, it's gone. You're never gonna find that post again.
It's good because of the quantity of people that, good Lord, look how big this group Reseller Society got so quick,
Yeah, but
Exactly.
Pinterest is huge too, guys.
Right.
That is a huge, huge base of people, and most people have their Pinterest linked to their Facebook.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I was thinking a forum where you could almost link everybody together in a place where things can be maintained, information and posting updates or posting notifications, and it won't get lost,
Yeah,
If
it
people
sounds
got
like
podcast
sounds like that
or
maybe-
hangouts, it doesn't get lost,
podcasts don't get lost. Once you have a podcast, people can search for your podcast and they can look up everything. They can look
Yeah,
up every
podcast.
Well, I'm saying on Facebook, though, the notice gets lost.
Oh,
if somebody
Oh.
says, hey, I've got a podcast next Monday night, listen in.
Yeah,
if
but-
people don't like it, it's gone.
Well, here's the thing about podcasts. If you're doing it, you can't just do one episode of a podcast and expect it to get popular. You have to be consistent. You have to try to release it a couple times a week. That's why I do this show every morning, because the only way to get popular on Facebook or like a podcast to get people to download every day and listen every day is if you're consistent.
Right.
You got to put it out there. And my stuff doesn't get lost because I do a new show every day, right? And when you do it that way, then it's people start to listen and they start to try to find your show and not just clicking on the episode.
See, on a forum, you could have, you could put a topic of hangouts, and then you could say have like Chad's meet and greet has his own, thread, and then the new link gets posted at the top every time. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Same thing with the Wake Up or anybody else that does hangouts. I know there's a bunch of others. They could put it in there, and then they can if it's every Wednesday, post their link every Wednesday, and people know that they can go straight to it and not have to scroll through Facebook.
Right, exactly.
It can be really hard to find things, and I know that Facebook has a search option, but even then, I've had trouble finding stuff that I know I posted. I know the words that are in the post, and I can't find it.
Right.
And
I think Facebook is great, and I like Reseller Society, but I just see it as another tool.
Yep. You got to
the
have
only
plenty of
problem
tools in your
with
toolbox.
Reseller Society is that there's so many people in it that the posts go so fast
Oh,
that
yeah.
you
Unless
can
you get
endlessly scroll.
Unless you get a really popular post like that pic I posted yesterday that's been on the top of the Thrifting Lounge for
Oh, gee, don't pat yourself on the back too hard, Paul. You might hurt yourself.
Hey, man, I was blushing a little bit over some of this.
Where's Jeff at? I want to make fun of his half a car.
Who's that?
Jeff.
Oh, he'll be coming on later, I think. He usually gets on.
It's too early for him right now.
Yeah.
Oh. Ask him if once he pays it off, if they give him the other half.
I want to see him wear a hamster outfit and drive it around.
I love those commercials.
In reality, though, Kia is a pretty dang good bang for buck, though. You know.
It is. It is.
I mean,
We
my
had
mother's been driving one for, I don't know, like 8 years now. Absolutely loves it.
I have one. I have a Forte.
Yeah,
I had one of the minivans, and it was awesome for for what it was. It was a comfy, good car, but I don't know. I'm not a minivan person,
Yeah,
it.
I'm partial to Mopar. My parents had caravans when I was a kid, and we own a new town and country, and I love it. I mean, it's powerful, it's comfortable, got tons of room. The new ones are all power, like the doors and stuff, and I can't tell you how awesome that feature is. You know, to be able to open doors when you're trying to juggle a bunch of kids and groceries and stuff.
I've got the XC90, and that, even when I give mine to my kid when he turns 16, that's still what I'm going to get a new one of. Even though they don't make it in a V8 anymore like mine, I'm still getting another one.
What is it?
An XC90, a Volvo XC90.
Oh, okay. See, I've never driven Volvos. I've heard people love them.
They are amazing. They are so comfy, but it's the safety rating for me because we got rear-ended by a girl in a pickup truck and totaled my minivan, and I was afraid to get back in a car. And my husband started showing me all these safety videos, of like the Volvo tearing a Camaro in half and all this stuff, and I was like, that's for me. That's what I want right there.
I've got an '06 Taurus right now. It's the third Taurus I've owned, and I just love those cars. They're cheap and they run forever.
They look a lot better now too.
Yeah, well, this one I bought, it had 80,000 miles on it. I paid $3,000 for it. It was an '06. And I've run the crap out of it. So.
Yeah, I'm running a 2004 Buick Rainier right now, and I like it. The gas mileage is okay, and it's for a SUV. Got plenty of room, all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, if I feel like feeding the beast, I have a '99 F-250 with the 7.3 diesel.
Yeah.
Well, we turned into the car talk
But
show.
that goes into triple digits when I fill it, though.
Yeah. So did you find the GPS that's worth some money, Jake?
What's that?
Did you find a GPS that's worth some money? I saw you talking about it in the chat.
I found one on a local Facebook group. They're wanting $50 for it.
What GPS is it?
It is the Garmin Newbie 52LM 5-inch portable.
Yeah, I just found this thing yesterday, or not yesterday, the day before. One of those little Garmin E-Treks, the things they use for like geocaching and stuff. It was $5, and they sell for about 90 on eBay, I think, if I looked it up right. I didn't really look it up that closely yet. I haven't bothered listing it, but it works. But
Is it a good
Garmin
shape for all the
GPS.
stuff?
Say again?
Oh, sorry, my screen went blank. Hold on.
So what did you see that was So you stand a profit what on that Garmin?
I haven't bought it. I just now
like
came across it.
$99 on Amazon. Huh?
Yeah, used FBA.
Oh, I thought you had it and you were looking to sell it.
No. No, I just ran across it on a Facebook.
Oh, so you're buying it for
group.
yourself?
I've got to
if I buy it, I'm gonna
restart.
sell it.
I'll be right back.
But
Yeah,
I need to see if I could talk him down from 50.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy something for $50 and put it on Amazon for 90. There's no way.
No.
Hey,
Yeah,
what's going on, James?
the refurbs are like $80. Hey!
I'm alive. Slept in a
He's
little today.
alive.
How's everybody doing this morning?
Good. How are you?
Morning, James.
Good morning. That's about how I'm doing, Jake.
You sound how I feel. Peter said he's got the Pinto. He's
The Pinto.
he wins our little car.
Yeah, most awesome car ever. Reward.
He's calling you Karate Kid. Oh, Deb, I told some of the ladies yesterday in chat about your... Oh, she's not there. I'll tell her in a minute. Yeah, if you guys... I said this in chat yesterday, but Deb, Pinching Pesos, she has a video about how she uses the Food Saver to customize her bags. I was telling them about your Food Saver video, Deb, about how you customize your bags.
Oh, yeah.
I told some of the ladies about it yesterday, and they went and Julie was saying that she went and watched it yesterday. But that was flippin' genius because I was like, duh.
Yeah.
Never would have thought, to do that.
Yeah, it saves a lot of bags because it'll turn one bag into 2 or 3 bags instead of wasting them, or I use it to make bubble wrap bags and all that stuff, and it's very handy. Now I no longer have to buy like bubble mailers because I just make a bubble mailer.
Yeah, that was pretty slick. If you guys haven't watched that video, that was because I see Food Savers all the time at Goodwill. Now I won't because I'm looking for one, but before I saw them all the time.
Isn't that how it works?
Look at this find I got yesterday. It's a Villaware chrome Mickey Mouse toaster.
That is cute.
Right on.
Yeah, I was trying to get the glare, but it's got a little Mickey Mouse thing.
Take those price tags off. Don't forget
Holy
to take
crap,
the price.
that's cute.
I convert that into a lunch pail, a lunch box.
It's
Yeah, take
adorable.
the tags off now.
Why?
While you're looking at it.
The price
It's
tag.
it's going on eBay.
Got like 7 tags on that thing.
They do. Somebody was saying, oh, well, people change the tags at our stores, and I'm like, not at our stores. They got like 8 tags on everything. You would literally have to do like scraping, and there's no way to change tags for the world we have.
Yeah.
I just want to say that I think that Caesar has lost his mind this morning.
Yes.
So
That was just this morning.
you might want to change the link real quick.
I have my mosquito repellent.
His Annabelle doll stole what was left of his marbles.
I hate that doll. Yeah, Julie said she won't find Food Savers anywhere now that she's seen your video.
I gotta go and look at that video. So what did you say you do? You just use you like wrap it in bubble wrap, then you put it in a Food Saver and package it like that?
Yeah, I'm gonna post the link.
It shows how she uses the Food Saver to like take a bigger like poly bag.
Yeah.
And she puts it in the Food Saver and to make smaller bags and custom sized things.
Oh, okay.
And then does it with bubble wrap too. I mean, it's when you watch it, you're going to be like, oh, duh.
Yeah, I've got a Food
Saver. I know it's because it's so simple to do, but I never would have thought to do it on my own. I never would have thought to do that.
Yeah, I use a Food Saver.
My little Food Saver that I got, the vacuum doesn't work on it.
Yeah.
But I use it on my poly bags to make different size poly bags.
That's what she does.
So I just for the
That's
mailers.
what we're talking about.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Never mind me.
Yeah, but I never would have. I never would have thought to do that.
Yeah, I was
me
thinking about.
Me and Brian, we're like this. We know.
You got it.
I was thinking about ways to make my.
Mind meld.
Trying to think of ways to use the food saver to shrink wrap, because the bags that I use, my freezer bags with that I use for FBA, like I shrink wrap everything. But I mean, I've gotten really good with the heat gun, so that I just do the edges and then it shrinks down, and then I hit the rest of it, like the main part. And when I get done, it's got the child label written on the bag and everything. Like the bags that I buy have the child label on it.
I printed up the I printed some labels on my Avery 30 ups.
I did too. That's exactly.
I had a roll and I ran out, and I was like, so I just took the example that Amazon gives you on the FBA site, and then inserted it into an Avery 30 up template, and I just saved that. It's, I mean, so
these are $75, or they're 75 in a box for like $3, but you can kind of see the there you go, the warning label.
Is it all over it? So if you make it smaller?
Yeah, when you make it smaller, it shrinks down and you can still see it.
That's cool.
But I just position it so that
I have a roll of the labels, and I have the DVD bags and the CD bags. Those are the only size bags I have. The rest of the stuff I shrink wrap. I've never used a label yet.
Yeah, as long as you're shrink wrapping it. I don't think you need a label if you shrink or bubble wrap it.
Right, only if it's bags.
Yeah,
I still put it on there just because that's a personal thing. You don't have to, but for me it's, like those people that you see letting their kid play with a plastic bag, Their kid's got a plastic bag over their head. You know what I mean? I can just see some parent letting their kid play with the shrink wrap as the kid makes themselves a mummy, So maybe if I put that on there.
I let my 2-year-old play with plastic bags, but the 6-year-old has a pocket knife, and I showed him what to do just in case something happens.
But that is parenting.
Hey, it's all about survival skills, all right?
Right?
Now, Paul, you probably talked about this earlier, but how many marriage proposals did you get from that picture?
Oh, sorry, ladies, I am married.
Deb, you did a video about cleaning hot rollers, yeah?
I did, yes. It's on my YouTube channel.
Oh, never mind. Julie just answered. She said it was
hot
very
rollers,
helpful.
what do you mean?
I was pimping you yesterday.
See
I started
that.
thinking about that after I said it, and I was like, I sound like Deb paid pimp her out on the chat. She had a really good idea yesterday for us to talk about how we list our stuff on eBay. Like, what's the quickest way for us to list? Because how I list and how she lists are completely different. Like, I can't list the way she lists and get very many done.
Yeah, and I
can't list the way that I list.
I'll get nothing done. I'll have no listings. I'll have one thing in my store.
And I thought that was extremely interesting to me, and I asked the people in chat if they thought that was a good idea, and they said, yeah, they'd like to hear how we all list our items on eBay.
Like what our process is, like, how some people are set there in the same room and they've got their app and they've got their stuff and they're ready to go. I move my stuff around like 3 times and do things in all kinds of different places and different orders.
I do everything on a digital camera for my pictures, just like a little Panasonic point and shoot. This is actually an expensive one. I think I bought it used for like $100 and something. It was retailed for like $250. But I bought it a long time ago for other stuff. But I've been using that thing for like 5 or 6 years, and it takes great pictures. But it does everything from like panoramics when I'm out like, in the mountains or whatever, all the way to like little tiny detailed pictures like penny pics and stuff. It's got a good zoom and everything. But then I just put everything on an SD card. I have a card reader on my computer. Take all my pictures. I don't really edit that much. Try to take good pictures in the first place. Like the only editing I really do is with the eBay editor. Like I'll just take the little square thing to cut out the edges. Like if I get a little corner of my picture like past the sheet, you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I'll just do that real fast, and then I'll use the contrast and the brightening tool on eBay to kind of make it pop out a little bit more. And when I'm doing my listings, it just depends. I mean, if I wanted to list this GPS, I would just take pictures of the GPS and I would upload them and do a single listing. But if I had like 10 different GPSs, I would go to the multiple listing tool and just start copy and pasting the title, copy and pasting the item condition description, copy and paste the item description, and then just change every one of them.
We were actually talking about like your before you like not the actual like listing process, but like your actual like once you get it out of your car, what happens to it at that point? You know.
Oh.
Everything goes straight to your room.
What I do, because I'm not hoarding like I used to. Just get a bunch of items, like 100 items, and then start listing them. Got away from that because that's too much of a stressful thing. So I'll just get a handful of items now, and I'll immediately photograph them, edit them, put them into the system, my computer. And then when I'm ready to list, I just go through those pictures and list those items.
When I go shopping, as soon as I get home, I bring everything in and I take it straight upstairs to the room, because I have an office upstairs. And whenever I'm ready to start, doing my stuff, I will clean the item and then I'll photograph it. And I try to do that with, I say try, because I'm still finding things that I should have listed months ago. But I clean the item and photograph it immediately on my phone, and then I will start the listing on my phone through the eBay app by adding the pictures, and then I'll do that, for my whole photo session. I'll do, whatever pictures I'm going to take right after I clean it, do whatever pictures I'm going to do, and upload them into the eBay app, and I'll just edit them on my phone if I need to, and put them in the app to start the listing. And then, sometimes even at night, like when I'm in bed, I'll have my laptop and I'll complete the listings and schedule them, for whenever they're going to go live. But I start everything on my phone because my phone takes great pictures, and it's just so much faster for me to take the pictures, put them on the app, the eBay app, and start the listing that way, just with the get it going, than it is for me to do it on the computer. It's so much slower for me on the computer.
It doesn't take your pictures forever to upload on the app?
No.
It's like they do it one picture at a time. And you have to go and select one picture at a time.
Yeah, that's what happens with me, and I cannot use the app to list. It just drives me freaking crazy. It's way worse than listing.
Mine goes really fast.
One thing you can do with the pictures is the size of the pictures. You can reduce it down to, because usually like a picture depends on your camera. It might be 2 megabytes.
Oh. I'm not saying the upload time. I'm saying the actual, you have to select individual pictures. One picture, upload.
Oh, no, I just do a whole, for one item, I'll take the 12 pictures and say, okay, take these 12 and upload them.
It doesn't do that on the app. What do you have, an iPhone?
No, I just use eBay.
No,
okay,
she's
we're talking about the app.
The app on the phone.
Yeah, we were talking about uploading
on the
app, and it takes forever because it's one.
I need my coffee. I'm conversation. I need my coffee.
Yeah,
I used to put them in my Dropbox and do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I would edit them on my phone and then put them in my Dropbox from my phone and do and that's faster for me than hooking up to the computer and all that good jazz. But it's faster. I can whip through them pretty quickly doing it that way.
That's amazing because I can. If I start something on the app, it's like I sat one time because I had the pictures. My husband was gonna go do something, so I was like, okay, I've got the pictures. I put them in the Dropbox, so I had them on my phone because I take pictures with my camera because my phone doesn't take great pictures. And it literally took me like 25 minutes or more to just make one simple listing. To put the thing in there, to get the pictures to upload, and then it took forever. I was like, this is not going to work.
The only time that I'll do a listing on my phone is if I'm out and about. Like if I'm at Walmart and I see some big item on clearance for $10, and I can sell it and list it for 100, I'll put it on eBay right there for like 50 or 60 bucks. And then while I'm walking around and it's still in my cart, hoping that some sniper will see it and be like, ooh, it's so cheap, I gotta buy it right now. And then before I even pay for the item, I've already got the money. That's the only time I use my phone. And then when I get out, once I paid for it and I get out into the parking lot, I'll just update the price to what I actually want to get for it and go back to normal. But as far as like my general technique, like as far as how everything boxes and the bags come in. Everything that is going to Amazon gets set down on my either on the kitchen table or I've got a computer upstairs, so I'll put all my Amazon stuff on my next to my computer desk upstairs, and then all my eBay stuff comes down here, and then I sort like VCRs go in a pile of VCRs, Xboxes go in a box of Xboxes, Walkman go in a box of Walkman, you know, and then like controllers go in a box of controllers. And then when I've got 10 or 20 items, I'll take all of them and just put them up. And then like if I have one of like this digital or this camcorder, you know, I mean this is like $60, $70 camcorder minimum. I'll get that listed right away and just do a single one-off listing because it's worth a lot, and I don't find that many of them.
I'm getting much better at listing things the same week that I buy them. I used to be an inventory hoarder, and all I did was shop, and then I'd buy 40 things and then list like the top 3, and then everything else got stored. You know,
yeah. Well,
so I'm getting much more better at bringing stuff in and taking pictures and getting it out. You know, the same week.
I'm trying to work on that because now that I'm getting away from video games and DVDs and small stuff like that, it was a lot easier for me to hoard like 60 to 100 video games and then just knock them all out in one weekend. Like I'd be throughout the week just hitting all the video game stores and all the Goodwills and stuff and just buying like expensive books and all that. But now that I'm getting into bigger stuff, you can't really do that. You know, that's when the pile starts growing too fast. So I've got to get better at listing more and buying less.
I'm still trying to work through things like, you know, I try to work through the things that I just recently bought and then grab some things that I've been sitting on the shelf and store it, you know, for a year. You know, I cleaned off one shelf of things that I've had for, I know, since last year.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm trying to work through, because some people say, well, just stop buying and list your old stuff. Well, so yeah, that's nice. You know, that's nice in fantasy land, but that's not going to happen. I'm not going to stop shopping. You know, like, I mean, because that's the fun part, and if you know, get rid of the fun part, then, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I like everything except the listing. The listing itself just annoys the crap out of me.
Oh, there was a guy one time in one of the posts, actually over in the green room, who was like, oh, I wish I could find someone that just wanted to shop, because he likes to list. And I was like, where do you live? You know, it was like, we can go 50-50. And he's like, oh, I'm in New York. And I'm like, oh, you just crushed all of my dreams. Like, that's my dream, to find that person who's good at listing, and all I got to do is go shop, and we just split it 50-50.
Yeah, that's not happening.
It could have if I lived in Brooklyn. If I lived in Brooklyn, it would work.
Yeah.
I wish I could find that. I hate shopping.
I'm not going to give anybody 50% of the profit just for listing my items. When that's all.
No, not 50%.
What we were talking about this after we went off the air yesterday, actually. One of the things that I think would be a really cool business idea for somebody that doesn't mind listing is to offer a service where you actually, somebody just sends you their pictures and the item, and then you create the listing for them. And
there have apps like that will do that. There's a couple apps that you take the pictures, or you can shoot a video of the item, and they research it, and they make the listing, and you go in and you approve whatever it is. You know, the price, the, you know, description and whatever. It's already ready for you to go, and all you do is approve it or make modifications. But it's like 99 cents a listing.
I would totally pay 99 cents a listing to have all that crap done for me. I need to
Yeah.
find out what that app is because
I didn't really look it up. I looked at it before, and then I didn't. See, there's an app in San Francisco and in Austin. It's called Gone, and I was telling Brian about it. Where you take a picture or a video on your phone, and then they do the exact same thing. They get it all ready to go, and you approve it, and then they will actually send somebody to your house or wherever when it's sold and courier it to the person that bought it.
oh wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's new and it's only in 2 cities, so.
Huh, that's interesting.
That one's called Gone.
So it's kind of like an eBay listing that with local sales only. And
Right,
then
yeah.
they deliver it for you.
Right, it's almost like a combination between eBay and Square Market, like where it's local or.
And can you sell stuff on Craigslist with that too?
I'm sure you probably could. I don't know. I didn't get a chance to really look at it because I didn't have an iPhone at the time.
Huh. I wonder if that's something that I need to get on my ground floor on. Go get myself a van or something. Box truck and start doing it here in Denver. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, being the Craigslist delivery guy.
Yeah, exactly. Just another way to stay busy during the day. And then, if you're already all over town and you've got a box truck and you're making, you make that $100 or whatever for delivering somebody's couch. Now you just go hit that thrift store that you never get to even go into because it's on the other end of town, and you can fill your truck up and go home. You got all your stuff. That might be fun, interesting. Good excuse to get around town, you know what I mean?
It's a pretty cool idea.
But kind of hard when you got a kid.
Yeah.
And you have an eBay business as well, too.
Yeah, the eBay business is the easy part, though, I think. I mean, it doesn't take me that long to get all my stuff packaged up in the morning. And, I mean, even when I got 20 or 30 sales, I can do that in like an hour.
Yeah, but it's all the listing stuff behind you, all that stuff to list.
The stuff's listed.
Everything, wow.
Pretty much. The only stuff that's not listed is right here. You can't even see it on the camera. Either that or it's stuff that's unlistable, just stuff that I got to take in and donate. But, I mean, most of it's all listed.
That kind of blows my mind right there.
Yeah, I've got 600, I got like 600 or 700 active listings right now. But, yeah, I do get listings done, guys. It's not like I just buy and hoard.
You're not making all your money off of these morning hangouts?
Oh, I know, right?
We thought you were a big-time YouTube pimpin'.
The sensation.
I thought they paid you hundreds of dollars for this show. Every morning.
I wish. One of these days. Once I get up to about, I mean, we're at 33 viewers now, about 35. Once I hit about 70 or 80, I think that's when the big bucks start to flow.
Don't hold your breath, really.
I know. No, if this wasn't fun, I wouldn't be doing it.
It's a labor of love, that's what it is.
Exactly. There's no money in it.
There's not.
No, out of all the videos, like all the views and all the videos I think I have, my distribution on YouTube money is a big fat 0.
Yep. No, you got to get into the millions for sure. Millions of views. If you're one of those guys, I mean, there are people that make money on YouTube, but they put out a new video and they get 60 million hits in the first week.
Like PewDiePie. I would love to be PewDiePie for a day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't even know who PewDiePie is. That's how.
Oh. I think he's Swedish, and he makes video game videos, and he's like, at one time, I don't know if he still is, but he was the most popular person on YouTube. He had the most followers and that kind of thing. And that's all he does is YouTube, and he's just this stupid guy. And most people that follow him can't even stand to listen to him talk, but he makes funny, stupid videos, and he's got millions of followers.
Is he one of those guys that just makes recordings of himself playing video games and then just talks about it while he's playing?
Yeah, that and you know, like he's got a hot girlfriend, so he records her playing video games or them out doing something, you know, and just it's all stupid stuff, you know. But the kid is making money, and you know, there's the one guy that just paid off his parents' house using money that he made from his YouTube videos.
I know there's that little kid that does the lip singing. He, I guess he got 50 Cent to come in on one of his videos.
Yeah.
All these YouTube. Yeah.
There really is money to be made on YouTube, but it really takes a lot of time, you know?
A little bit of luck, too, I think.
Oh, I think a bit of luck.
I mean, you get that one video where everybody shares it on their Facebook page.
Yep. Well, like there's a YouTube channel or a morning show called Good Mythical Morning, and my kids, you know, it's like one of their favorite shows. It is hilarious, and it's just these two grown men, you know, and they make these hilarious videos. It's mostly, you know, about gaming, but they write a lot of songs and things, and they are making a living, you know, off of YouTube. It's just crazy.
Yeah,
oh yeah, Amy said it's EvanTube.
EvanTube.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's
Poplar said Rakin makes about a car payment every month off of YouTube.
Oh, he was saying that, yeah. I saw that video.
Yeah, but have you seen his car?
So like a new Hyundai or something.
But I'm saying it's a new car payment, you know?
Yeah, I mean $300 a month is, yeah, that'd be cool. But
you know, it's
not
easy.
there.
Not easy money is what I was, or not money is what I was, you know.
Just doing these, it's already recorded, it just automatically gets uploaded. But it's the making the haul videos and the ride along videos and stuff like that, and the how-tos. I mean, it's a lot of editing and stuff. It takes a lot of time. One of the reasons why I was getting so behind on eBay in the last month is because I was trying to do all that too, like making haul videos and making ride-along videos, and oh my gosh, you can spend 3 hours just trying to cut up a video, and you don't even realize how hard it or how long it took. Like
it's time consuming.
I spent 2 hours, 3 hours almost one time trying to make a 2-minute video about how to print individual FBA labels if you forget one. And I was trying to do a screen share, and it really was going to be a 2-minute video, and I spent like 3 hours and never got the video done.
This is what we do for you people. These are the things that we do for you guys.
Yep, exactly.
I was banging my head on my keyboard.
Why
First world
won't
problem.
this work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There.
If you guys saw my 100 subscriber giveaway video thing, I was trying to do it in one take. So it looked like I just did it in one take, but no, a 6-pack later and an hour and a half later, I finally got it done. And you could tell. The first couple of takes I was good. By about the 20th take, I was like, "Hey everybody, it's my."
I was wondering if you were drinking on that one.
We gotta get you a winner!
Finally, I was like, all right, first of all, I'm not going to spend 3 hours working on this stupid thing and then not post something. And second, screw it, it's good enough. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you create a successful YouTube channel.
Right.
Just saying,
Lots of alcohol and...
Crown droppers, yeah.
Exactly. That's one of the reasons why I do these in the morning, because if I tried to do a hangout every night, it would not work.
Oh, I couldn't even be here. I mean, you know, once my husband gets home, I'm pretty much done.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we eat dinner as a family, and you know, like Friday nights, we eat dinner, and then it's game night. You know, we have game night with our kids, and you know, I can't be around for a lot of the nighttime shows, you know, and
Right.
it makes me feel bad, but
Oh, you mean because you're being a good parent and wife? Oh, shame on you,
know.
Danica.
I'm a terrible reseller.
Yeah.
Everybody else bad name.
Yeah, you're supposed to be married to these YouTube things.
I
Yeah.
know.
You're giving everybody else a bad name.
It just, I can't. I mean, they would be fine with it, like, and I do the occasional one, like if somebody asks me to be on or something, then yeah, I'll be on, but I go back and I watch them afterwards. But sometimes I wish that I was there for some of them, because chat gets hilarious, sometimes, and it's fun to build the relationships, with the other people, but that's why I'm thankful for this, for the hangout that we were doing before, and for this show, because I get that, but I get it at a convenient time.
Yeah. Well, I do a couple of them every once in a while at night, and I try to get on the Toadcast on Friday night for at least a little while, but before I gotta go to the gym. But I mean, if I was doing these every night and every morning, no way. Morning's easy because 7 to 9. My kid I can hear her. She's just now waking up, but my wife's home and she doesn't go to work for another couple hours, so it's no biggie. But at night, she's at work. I got my daughter, and I like spending some time with her. But
I cannot find that app I was talking
I
about.
got some interesting news. I'm shipping an item to Andorra. It is the sixth smallest nation in Europe.
really, never heard of it.
What's it called?
Andorra.
Andorra?
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
It's only 181 square miles with an estimated population of 85,000.
Wow.
See, I thought San Marino was the smallest one.
This is the sixth smallest.
Oh, sixth small. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool, though.
Did somebody buy a small island or something, or maybe he built an island or something like that in Europe and called it a country? Anybody ever hear that?
Bronson?
No.
I can't remember the name, but I know that it's something like that. Maybe he I don't know.
Richard?
Like an old oil rig or
Richard
something.
Bronson?
They have the third highest human life expectancy at birth in the world. They live to an average of 84 years.
That's pretty.
You have no stress because there's no drama.
Yeah, and there's no war. They probably don't fight. Sounds like a cool place to live.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Sounds pretty cool.
That's a cool place to ship to. It's one country I haven't shipped to before,
Right.
I've been telling my husband I've been getting the urge to just move away to, Denmark or someplace that's not at war, and I'm just gonna sit out in some green grass and not worry about our American problems. But
yeah, that'd be cool. I keep thinking about who is the owner of PayPal. They're the guy that created PayPal. He's got these plans to build these offshore nations. They're man, what are they called? Anybody in the chat know what I'm talking about? The it's seasteading. Yeah, that's what it's called, seasteading. If you look that up on Google or whatever, you can find some pretty cool information. These guys, he's trying to get all these people together to build these giant, kind of like oil rigs, I guess, but they're not oil rigs. They're more like giant floating nations, basically, out in international waters.
It's like the things from SimCity.
Is he gonna charge you 2.5% every time you pay your rent?
Probably.
No, but it looks cool.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you remember the big buildings in the old school SimCity? The big towers where they were, it was like a completely self-sufficient, self-sustaining place that had all their shopping and their homes and agriculture and everything.
I keep wondering when Walmart's going to do that and just hire all the people that live there.
Right.
Start building their own little self-sustainable grocery stores with all the living stuff upstairs.
They've got gardens on the roof and.
We're not going to pay you anything, but you can live here and we'll feed you and we'll give you you can have all your recreation. You don't even have to leave. Just come down and work for us 8 hours a day.
A friend of mine, we have talked, multiple times over the years about having a co-op, a cooperative sustainable living place. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
have a small farm somewhere, and then, but then I know it sounds cultish or something to a lot of people, but I think that would be awesome.
Eh.
To grow because I'm vegan, so I don't need the animals or whatever. But I think that would be awesome to grow my food and just be self-sustaining. I think that'd be so cool.
Yeah, I don't hate people anywhere near as much as a lot of the people that seem to be in this business do. So I like being around a lot of different people. I like going downtown and being in huge crowds. I like being, like kind of involved in the whole urban thing. I mean, it's a lot of fun to get. Like I don't mind going to a concert and getting crushed into the theater or whatever, and not having any room to move and being shoulder to shoulder. Being out in the open is fun too, but I don't know. I like being here because I can just kind of do that and go downtown but
I found being up in the country and just like Jack said, being able to be self-sufficient and grow your own food. I have a lot of people up here that do that. One person put one of those above-ground inflatable pools. He made that into a tilapia pond.
Oh, that is such a good idea.
And he takes that water, filters water from that, and waters his garden with that. With that water. So it's already
he's doing like an aquaponics setup. Like he's got a big aquaponics setup.
Yeah.
I thought about doing that in my backyard.
There was a Kickstarter that these two guys had that was, it was like a planter, like to grow your herbs in, and it had a fish tank, like for beta, and there were filters that filtered the water, watered the herbs, and then it went back into the fish tank somehow, and there was something that fed the fish too, but in the whole thing. And it was like the only thing that you had to do was you may have to add some more water, due to evaporation and things. But it was so cool. It was like the herb filtered some stuff, and it was so cool. I don't know if they ever got that off the ground or not, but it was. We like to look at the Kickstarters sometimes, and look at it kind of like playing the stock market, because some of them will offer you options in their company, on the Kickstarters. So there's some cool things out there, but that one was, their goal was to start with that, but then to grow it, for places that didn't have clean water and things like that, as a way to be able to filter water and grow crops and that kind of thing. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I actually got into aquaponics for a little while and tried to build a setup, but I'm just not handy enough to get one. I didn't manage to finish it, but I've still got like my stand and aquarium and everything that I was going to use, and all my trays, like the hydroponic trays. I managed to find those at a thrift store for like $5. And I was just trying to build everything with just as cheaply as possible. I've still got my media. I'm thinking about trying it again, but I've seen some really cool setups. One of the coolest aquaponics setups that I've seen, though, were, I don't know if you've ever seen those big industrial jugs that people use. I call them jugs. It's more like a giant plastic case. They're probably like 5 or 6 feet by 5 or 6 feet cubed, and then they've got like a steel cage around them, and then there's a big drain on the bottom. But people cut the cage in half, and then they cut the top off of this big plastic tub, and then they flip it over. They put all their media in there, and then they still got like a 50-gallon reservoir in the bottom that they put the fish in. And then they just do, you put your media and you plant your crops and everything, and then you throw, here's the man that'll be able to help out with this a little bit. You put your media in there, and you get like the pump set up and the drain, like the ebb and flow system set up, and you just put your tilapia in the reservoir, and you can raise like 50 or 60 of them in a little barrel that small, and then you grow your plants. You pump the water from the tilapia up into the media. The media filters out the water, and then the plants absorb all the nutrients that the fish create, and then the waste from the plants, like it oxygenates the water or whatever, and so you've got like this system where everything flows together, and you can grow fish and crops in like this little tank, basically, that'll fit in a little like corner of your backyard.
Hey, that app I was talking about that listed your stuff for you, it was called Sold, and Dropbox bought it, and it no longer exists.
Oh.
Yeah, it's owned by Dropbox now.
So Dropbox bought it to kill it?
I don't know what they did with it. They haven't released anything like to replace it, but it was called Sold.
What's up, Jeff? How's it going?
Not bad. I heard you talking about aquaponics and stuff, so hopped in.
What do you know about it? Have you tried the aquaponics end, or you just stick with it?
I have a small aquaponics set up out back with a 10-gallon aquarium pump and called bell siphon. So it fills up the planter box, and once the water gets to a certain level, the bell siphon kicks in and takes all the water and drains it out, and it just continuously does this. And I just used goldfish for during springtime. I had 3 or 4 goldfish in there, and I was growing a couple tomato plants and some lettuce in there. And then I got a greenhouse full of hydroponic systems.
Yeah, do you think the aquaponic, I mean, in a perfect world, you read about these aquaponic systems and they seem amazing, but I mean, do you really think that they're viable on like a large production scale? Or I know there are people that do it on large scale.
Yeah, I have a setup ready. I built 2 large planters, and I got to put an 80-gallon tank underneath them for the tilapia. But yeah, it's a closed cycle, so the only thing you have to do is top off the water once in a while. If you use tilapia or goldfish, they will eat the algae that grows, so you don't even have to feed them. So it's a closed system. All you do is top off the water once in a while, and your vegetables grow, the tilapia grow and eat the algae, and then once you get to a certain size, you eat the tilapia and start to cycle over and putting babies back in there.
Right on. Yeah, being in Colorado, I gotta be careful of using tilapia or using with the aquaponics setup because it gets cold in the winter, obviously. But I guess if you use a big enough heater, you can keep it going year round. It's just a matter of whether or not the heating and.
You might have to have a heater. Tilapia are also good because they're hardy in all the hot and cold environments. I don't know how far they can go down, but they can go down pretty cold and still survive.
Yeah, and the other nice thing, so you don't have to turn the heater up to like 80 degrees or whatever. As long as you keep it from freezing, then they're usually pretty good. And plus,
I want to say they can go almost down to like 60 degrees.
Yeah. I'm looking into it. I might make a aquaponics YouTube channel. I don't know. What's your YouTube channel for your hydroponics setup? I know you do a lot of that. Or is it a blog or a YouTube channel?
Hydroponics is cool, and I also have the website hydroponicsiscool.com.
Cool.
How to build different systems. I build hydroponics, aquaponics, and then I have wicking systems as well.
And that's to like kind of like swamp cooler, something to.
You put a layer of gravel, about 8 inches of gravel, and then you put your soil on top of that, and then you have a pipe going down the gravel. So you just have to top that off, and the water gets wicked up through the soil, and it just uses less water. It's really good, especially when it's hot out here, so there's no surface evaporation. And then if you have a pond, you can put your pond water in there, and that takes care of all your fertilizer as well.
And is this a gardening technique, or is it like something to cool off your yard? What does it do?
No, it's a gardening technique. I also have where I grow them in buckets. You put 2 buckets together. In the bottom of the top bucket, I have a little, what they call a net pot, and then all the soil. And then the bottom bucket gets fed by a tube that always keeps the water in there. And then again, the water gets wicked up the bucket. But I have like 10 of these barrels connected to a 55-gallon drum. So all I have to do is fill up that drum of water every 3 weeks or so, and then it self-waters all the little barrels.
That's cool.
I have all my cucumbers and melons growing out of the barrels.
Yeah, I used to run a blog where I talked about stuff like that all the time. I've done a lot of gardening. I never got into it as big as you seem to, but I like the urban gardening techniques, the kind of stuff you're talking about. The type of
I'm
things
just
that are like,
lazy.
what's that?
I save water, but it's more as I'm lazy and I don't want to go out and water every day.
Yeah, well, that's very important, I think, finding lazy ways to do things.
Yeah.
The more automated it is, the better, I think.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why I didn't do a garden this year is because of how much of a pain in the butt it is and how much work it was. What's going on, Caesar? He's probably still away. He said he was gonna go be right back, but yeah, it's a pretty quiet day. Yesterday we had an awesome show with Tracy Smith, Entrepreneur Girl. If any of you missed that one, you should definitely go back and check it out. Kind of taking it easy today, I don't really have a really heavy topic or anything like most days, but just kind of talking about what's going on. And I mean, I really like every once in a while changing it up a little bit. That's the only reason we're talking about the aquaponics and the hydroponics, and just because I mean, I think as resellers, not everybody's falling. I mean, yeah, there are a few of us out there making 200 grand a month selling. you know, they got it figured out, but most of us are just kind of struggling. Just struggling, or just at a point where we still got to find ways to save money to keep things going. But gardening and stuff like that is a good way to save some cash, especially during the summer, or if you live in California or someplace.
It's a good way to be in charge of your food, to know where your food's coming from and to know what's been put on it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of that stuff, guys, you have no idea what they put on your food. Like potatoes. If you don't buy your potatoes organic, I mean, it's gross.
What you talking about? What you talking about? My taters. What's on my taters?
Potatoes, they put stuff on them to make them not form the eyes.
Oh.
And it just.
I don't eat potatoes.
It's basically they're basically killing the nutrients of a lot of your food, and just carcinogenics and all sorts of.
I'm gonna be trying to mess with my taters.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I originally got into gardening, but then I just decided that I don't care that much about all. I mean, living in the city, I'm getting carcinogenics just walking around. There's nothing. I mean, yeah, the more you do, the more proactive you are, the better you are, and the less things you have to worry about. But I don't know.
I had a dream about going vegetarian last night. I can't remember exactly why.
I had a dream that Amazon made a store of everything that was at Amazon. And it was so freaking big that I got lost in there trying to find the book section and missed my daughter's graduation.
You got it.
Spending way too much time listening on the
the department of Amazon going, where are the books? And
you need a hobby, Mama.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anybody got any plans for today? I gotta take
I'm thinking about going up into the mountains today.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find some more stuff and then pack up FBA shipments.
Yeah, I don't think I have enough to send to FBA right now, but I'm gonna try to find.
You got a box? Send it in.
Huh?
If you got a box, send it in. I don't understand. Like, I get that it's cool to send out 50 boxes at a time and take pictures and post it all over and have everybody congratulate you and everything, but if I got one box of stuff, it's going.
If it's a box of stuff though, and it's only like $300 worth of inventory, I don't know. I guess if it's that much, I might still send it in. But if I'm only making $50 on what I've got so far, and it's going to cost $20 to ship the box in, then I'm going to sit on it a little bit longer. but I'm gonna hit the weigh and pay today. I gotta take my mother-in-law to the airport, and I'm gonna be driving right past the weigh and pay. There's no way I can drive past that place without stopping. So I'm gonna go check that out for an hour or so probably, and then hopefully find something cool. But
I'm gonna try to hit the
know.
weigh and pay here on Friday.
you're gonna what?
If I feel better, I'm gonna go to the weigh and pay here on Friday. But it's like an hour and a half away, so.
Yeah, when you gotta make plans, then it's a little
You
harder.
can't make me go to the weigh and pay. There's
But
one
I gotta go. You know, I gotta go up there at least once while we're still here.
Yeah.
There's one like 20 minutes from me, and I won't make the drive over to it. I don't like weigh and pay.
Why not?
It's something about the I don't know, the whole environment makes me get real bad anxiety, and then when I leave there, I'm like all like hyped up, and then like I feel like I'm exhausted from the whole thing, and I always end up with a bunch of crap I probably shouldn't have thrown in my cart, you know?
That's the excitement of the treasure hunt, and
I like to treasure hunt at the thrift store, you know, where I don't have 100 people trying to grab what I'm looking at.
Well,
Because the way
I
it takes is
see.
fast-paced, it's like so quick.
that's only if you're lining up every time and going after the stuff that they're just bringing out. I mean, people leave so much behind. I hardly ever even pay attention when the lineup goes on. I mean, I'll go and
Wait a
sit.
minute. Now, doesn't Deborah? Don't you have a couple bins in your garage that you can list stuff? You can source from your garage.
I could source from my own stuff. You guys could come source from my stuff. Like, yes. The problem that at our weigh and pay, though, you said that you don't go after it as soon as they come out. They will put the bins out for like 20 minutes, and then they take them back, and then they put out new bins. Like, they're real quick on bins, so it's not like you have the luxury of just like strolling around, you know, and waiting because the bin's gone. They
Our
took
weigh
it
and
back.
pay is huge. We've got, when I go to my weigh and pay, they've got like 5 of those giant bins lined up in rows, and then there are like 15 rows. And every 20 minutes, they'll take one row out and replace it. And then, or 20 or 30 minutes or whatever. So, I mean, those bins stay out there for like 6 hours probably.
Yeah, the last time I was at the weigh and pay, they were cycling through the bins every 10 or 15 minutes. It was like ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it's small, it's humongous. But yeah, they were just whipping them out and back.
That's probably a good problem to have. It means they got a ton of stuff they need to get rid of.
Yes.
That's
Too
problem we got
much
around here.
stuff. I mean, that it's great that I have so much access to stuff, but it's not great because then I hoard stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I got, ever since I took my first weigh and pay trip, that's when the pile started really getting crazy around here. So I can definitely agree with you on having getting too much crap that is probably not worth it at the weigh and pay. But I mean, it's also, I don't think that there's any place that I can go where I can find a better deal. You know, I mean, the weigh and pay is the only place I can get like items that I'm basically paying nothing for that are worth hundreds of dollars every single time I go. But I don't know.
Marianne just told me that mine is awful. So I'm waiting on her to tell me why.
Oh,
That my weigh and pay is terrible.
I'm so proud of myself, you guys. I have 2 things left to list out of all of that crap I bought on Monday.
nice.
All of that table of stuff. 2 things left. That's like spectacular for me because I'm just not a lister whipper outer.
A lister whipper outer?
A lister whipper outer.
Wow.
I'm not a lister whipper outer either. Don't worry.
I want to be a whipper outer.
Even if I was, I don't think I would claim it.
Sounds like something you get arrested for in public.
Being whipper outers, that's for
Right?
sure.
Yeah,
Oh, Marianne said that it's very dirty at the weigh and pay here.
it's dirty
I
at
thought you
ours
said
too.
being a
but-
whipper outer.
That's why you wear gloves.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
Yeah,
you
that's
wear
what kind of
gloves.
worries me because. Go ahead.
You wear gloves because you might get impaled by something.
Yeah, you'll get poked. I get cut like every time I go there.
The first time I went to the Wampay, I found this mechanics glove, and it's like the most heavy-duty mechanics glove I've ever seen. Like it has a armor on the on the pads of the fingers, and then a big giant plate, like a plastic plate on the palm, and it's got like the rubber knuckles and everything. I mean, this thing is like freaking awesome. And it was the first thing that I found when I was poking around, so I was like, oh, good. I forgot to bring gloves. Put that on, went around the rest of the day doing the just digging around and stuff, and I was just making sure to use my glove hand. And
Yeah,
I
you need
reached
to
in.
go.
Well, I reached in and I like grabbed something, and if I wouldn't have been wearing that glove, I probably would have lost a finger because I didn't even expect it, but there was like this piece of cast like wrought iron or something that was plasma cut, and it was like this big heavy chunk of metal with like the plasma cut edge, so it was really rough and sharp, and that glove pretty much saved my hand because it would have taken a chunk out, and it was just buried. There's no way that I would have seen it, but yeah, I was like stuff like that I guess pops up all the time. You know, they'll throw light bulbs or glass
Yeah,
stuff.
there's broken glass and broken, just I got poked. There was like a piece of barbed wire in one of the bins. I was like,
So they're not. You gotta be careful when you're at the Wampay. But like I said, there's no place better to find treasures. I'm talking stuff that you paid $1 for. I mean, there are things that I've gotten at the Wampay that I probably would have paid more grabbing the wrong cart than I paid for that item that I sold for like $100. You know, like if you grab one cart that's half a pound heavier than the other cart because of for whatever reason, and then when they tear the cart, I mean they have a rough estimate of what the cart weighs. So sometimes you're gonna pay a little bit more depending on what cart you get, I guess. But
oh, they zero out our carts. There's a cart sitting on the scale. They zero it out, and we have to transfer our items from our cart to that cart, and then you just kind of put your cart on the scale when you leave, and the next person gets their cart zeroed out, and they move their items into the cart.
oh yeah, I guess that's one way to do it. They don't do it like that here. They just let you pull your cart up.
Yeah, ours is you have to you transfer it into a cart so it gets zeroed out.
I can see why they would do that because that's the first thing that I thought of when I went the way of the carts. It's like, man, this one, like half the little plastic plate that folds down is missing, or that one, the whole thing is missing, and the one on the, like, the wheels are all screwed up, and maybe there's like a wire missing or whatever, just broken off. And I mean,
Yeah.
you could have like an extra pound or so knocked off just by grabbing the right cart, or have an extra pound added on by grabbing the wrong cart. But when you're paying 50 cents a pound, I guess I just don't care.
Ours is $1.39 a pound.
Ours is $1.50 a pound unless you have at least 20 pounds, and then it goes up, or it goes down to like 80 cents a pound or 90
Oh,
cents a
that'd
pound.
be awesome. No, they charge $1.39 a pound for everything except for glass. Glass is 8 pieces for $1.99.
I think ours had different rates for different items on the pounds, if I'm not mistaken. When I looked at the site, it's like clothes were like 79 cents a pound or 99 cents a pound or something.
Everything is $1.50 a pound. It's either $1.50 or $1.29 a pound, and then it goes down to 89 cents a pound if you have 25 pounds, and then if you hit 50 pounds, it's 49 cents a pound. But DVDs, VHS, cassettes, all that stuff, I think DVDs are $2, and then like old media, VHS, cassettes, CDs, they're $1 each, and shoes are $2 a pound.
That doesn't hold up the line. Like, if everything's a different price, you have to sort it all out.
Okay, here's what ours says. Ours says textiles, 0 to 10 pounds, $1.49 a pound. 10 to 25, $1.29 a pound. 25 pounds or more, 99 cents a pound. Hard goods, 79 cents a pound. Accessories, the same. And then priced per unit are DVDs, CDs, and albums are $1, VHS 50 cents, video games $2, hardcover books $1, and paperbacks 50 cents. That's a lot of different things to, you know what I mean? I can see checkout taking a while.
Yeah, that's ours is just you pay. That's what you pay, and that's it.
Yeah. Ours is not too much of a pain, I guess. I mean, I've never taken more than 5 minutes to check out, and I've never had to wait for anybody. I mean, they've got 2 registers. But, I mean, everybody at My Way and Pay, it's either they're walking in and they're grabbing 1 or 2 things and they're in and out, or they're spending the entire day there. Like, they're there for hours.
Our Way and Pay added a food station and tables that you can actually, like, go buy food and drinks because people camp out there all day long.
That's actually a pretty good idea, but I don't think I'd want to eat after I've been handling all that stuff.
That's so gross. I see people walking around and they're like got a bag of Cheetos and then they're like picking up stuff and then they're eating their Cheetos and I'm like, dude, you're gonna catch Ebola.
Exactly. I'm not gonna be messing around with that. Hey, Kate.
Why don't you just take your dinner plate into the bathroom with you?
Yeah, it's so gross. I'm like, oh my god.
If I was to see that, I would say, ooh, you nasty.
You nasty.
That is pretty gross.
You nasty.
Say hi.
Hola.
I think Mommy's awake. Go see what she's doing.
What's up, Oscar? Or Oscar. Sorry, I'm watching something and trying to talk at the same time. What's up, Caesar?
Oh man, that's it. My life's over.
I gotta stop trying. It's the whole ADD thing. I kind of got off on something and trying to talk at the same time. It doesn't work for me.
Well, I'm doing very good. Thank you very much.
So what's the latest, Oscar? What's going on?
Pretty good. I'm just taking it all in, just listening to fish stories and oatmeal and mosquitoes and
cauliflower pizza.
Cauliflower pizza.
That sounds good. Now you're making me hungry.
Don't knock the cauliflower pizza, dude. It is really good.
It is cauliflower.
I saw a recipe
It
for that.
doesn't taste like it.
I'm just gonna make it.
It doesn't taste like cauliflower.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go probably grab a burrito at Baja Fresh for lunch today just because they've got one right there at the airport and Baja Fresh is awesome.
Hey man, we should have the last hangout that we had that was offline, that should have went live, dude. We could have got a lot of likes right there.
Oh, that was an awesome hangout, man. It was,
dude.
That's why we started doing it live in the mornings. I'm like, why are we freaking sitting here talking amongst ourselves when we could just like go live and people could listen and maybe get some good ideas, you know? But,
yeah, dude, that's pretty great.
Yeah, we gotta.
I got one question to ask. Did she get her cell phone, dude?
No.
I knew it.
No, and I even sent a thing. Like I sent 2 messages to him on Wednesday because I was giving them until Tuesday night. I sent 2 messages like, hey, can I get an update? I got nothing. So then I got the staff involved. They sent a message to him like, hey, you know, I second that. You need to send an update so we can process, you know, complete this order. I haven't heard from him. But then I got in contact with Naj, and he didn't respond to me I guess he got busy last night. So I didn't hear back from him. It's a training.
Seattle's baseball
He
game.
forgot to mute himself. What's that?
That reminded me of the Seattle's baseball game with the train going through the outfield.
Hey Paul, did you do your intro?
Did I do my intro?
Yeah, for the Resellers Wakeup?
No, I haven't finished it.
This one, dude.
Nope, not yet. I got it. Somebody did send me a pretty cool banner yesterday. I might use. Who was it? Michael Burke, is that it? I don't even remember. I gotta look it up. But yeah, it was just a cool little picture that somebody sent. But nope. If I could even find it. Oh well, it's lost. I get so many messages on. Oh, Michael Scott. That's where it was. That's who it was. Yeah, it was like a little rooster right next to the Resellers Wakeup. It was pretty nice.
Nice. Yeah, the other day, Nas or whatever his name is, he was talking about his cell phones, and he had good prices, dude. So I was curious to know if he came through and got her what phone did you want?
A Galaxy Note 3.
Oh yeah. So when he was saying that like he would get them for very good prices for Apple, and I was like, dude, are you sure they're Apple or are they pears? Like, what are they, dude?
Yeah.
Are they really Apple or are they like Apple cinnamon? Yeah, he seemed like a cool guy. You know, he had good prices, so I was just curious to know if he sent you that
Yeah,
phone.
he didn't get back yesterday. I think he might have been busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on? The last time I saw what's his name? Mr. TRR, the one that's with the mic off. I saw his last video. I guess he's very highly motivated for the month of November. You're a
What's
champion.
up, man?
You are a champion.
No thanks.
I saw your video, dude. I saw your video that you're just like ready to go for November, man.
Yeah, man. I'm just trying to keep the sales increasing, especially Amazon.
Right on.
Yeah.
Oh, we're supposed to be selling stuff. Oh.
Yeah, that's my problem. I can list the crap out of it. It's about selling it, though.
I've
Yeah, I
been
think
doing this all wrong.
You just gotta figure out the Pinterest thing. It sounds like those photographs and stuff are the kind of things that would sell great on Pinterest once you get people interested.
I think
Yeah,
Eric
that's what
would
I was
do
kind of
awesome
thinking.
pinning.
Have any of you had this problem of Amazon continuing to try to sell a product that you no longer have in stock?
Nope.
They
Haven't
keep
even
coming
noticed
up. I'm out of stock. I sold through all mine, but I keep getting pending orders for something I no longer have at the warehouse.
I wouldn't even
Yeah,
stress
I get
it.
the same thing, but I
Okay.
think what it is people that click on it and add it to their cart because they want it
I
if it
don't
comes
have
back in
any.
stock.
Yeah, I don't have any, but there are other people that have them. So I'm not even on the list anymore as someone, like I'm not on that.
Oh,
I'm not
yeah, I
even
don't
gonna
know.
sweat that. I wouldn't even worry about it. Who cares? If you get paid, cool.
I mean, that would be a wonderful glitch to get credit for someone else's sale.
Yeah. I don't
Dude,
know.
Oh, that was my item. Mm-hmm.
So was.
dude, it's freezing over here.
It's pretty chilly over here too. It's like in the 50s.
So I got my ugly sweater on.
You wear that sweater all the time, don't you?
Hey, congrats on the private label, James.
Thanks. Yeah, just got the write-up just now. Just emailed that to me. Chugging forward.
Yeah. That's definitely something you need to try to use Pinterest for, is that stuff that you can't sell anywhere else. Like if you can't sell it on Amazon or eBay, but I think you do have to be careful with it. I mean, I know it's organic and all that, but I mean, you get the wrong person that has an allergic reaction or whatever, then I don't know.
Yeah.
What
Hey,
do you
so-
do to mitigate that stuff anyway? Are you getting insurance and everything? What are you doing to mitigate like the issues with people that maybe say that they had an allergic reaction or had some kind of problem? I mean, what are you doing about it? Are you getting some kind of insurance?
No.
No.
It's all organic material items. So.
Yeah.
guess
I
if
don't
you're
know. I
looking-
think you should
I don't know
look
if I
in.
should.
You should probably do that. I mean, anytime you're selling something that's consumable or for kids or something that you put on the skin, all it takes is that one person. I mean, there are people that, like, if they look at a peanut, they fall over dead, So, I mean, just because it's hypoallergenic or whatever, if you get that one person that's like, hey, I had this reaction, I mean, even if they didn't, you still want to have something, you still want to have something to cover yourself if you need to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now these days, everybody wants to sue.
That's right. Too litigious in society.
I will be the distributor, not the manufacturer, but something I'll look into.
Yeah, I mean, if you're putting your name on it, that's the only thing. But if you're putting if it's somebody else's name and somebody else's product, and you're just distributing it, then you should be fine.
Yeah.
But
And
like
that's what it is, the private label with another person's name.
yeah,
So.
I would still. I mean, just in case you want to look into it, or
Yeah.
asking them what they're asking them how they're covering themselves. You know.
No, I already have the MSDS sheets.
Oh, okay.
So,
Right on. So what about you, Caesar? How's the month going for you so far?
Well, good. I already owe eBay $300 in fees. Damn, dude.
I know their fees are ridiculous.
Hey, I think I think you went out when me and I think it was me. Who else was on the line still? It was me, Nas, and I think it was Miss Pesos, and then we're still going. And I was showing everybody my fees for the month of October, dude. It's depressing, dude, because that's like a house payment.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's going good right now. It's just getting everything going, getting everything listed. Obviously, it's Black Friday for me, so I'm getting a lot of toys involved, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you owe more in fees than some people make in 6 months.
Yeah, it's just sad though, because I mean, it makes me want to just pursue and just getting my own website now. Because when I'm paying in fees, it's like, man, I could have just bought a car, you know, off of Craigslist.
Yeah, but I think it's good for people to see that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you've got the kind of inventory that you have, and you're selling 20 of something instead of like a lot of people, like for me, most of my stuff is just one-offs. I've got one of everything. But if you're getting 20 frozen dolls, then why not put it up on your own website and just put it out?
The only reason why is because you have to be very careful when you do your own website. Obviously, I forgot what it is with eBay, but like for example, like for those sellers that sell Tiffany and Company, you guys remember the battle between Tiffany and eBay?
No.
They didn't want eBay selling Tiffany because they were saying they were all counterfeit, and they tried to sue eBay, and then eBay won. So now you can still sell, Tiffany and Company on eBay. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that if you go after your own website and I try to sell Disney and I don't have the rights to it, I could get sued for it.
Yeah, I had my own website selling stuff, over a decade ago, and I would get cease and desist letters from Timberland and nice little letters from the attorneys to cease and desist selling those items.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I haven't pursued it yet, unless you get, I guess you could say the rights are for the permission to sell that brand, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if you get a wholesaler account,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just afraid of where you're getting the product from, and they can't guarantee that it's authentic and all that. So, I mean, that's where the issues come in with the copyright infringement stuff and all that.
Yeah, I've been thinking of opening a little, foot traffic retail store and see what happens there, and also maybe combine it with consignment at the same time. But I don't know, just looking at some other avenues as well.
I know a couple of guys that were really successful on eBay, and they decided to open up their own stores. And they did the stores more to have a place where people could bring them stuff so that they wouldn't have to go out and source as much.
Yeah.
But these are guys that are more niche, like one of my neighbor, I can throw a rock and hit his house. This guy, I mean, he's literally lives across the street from me, but he's got a giant Magic the Gathering card store. I mean, this dude does like he does numbers like you, Caesar, but he sells nothing but Magic cards. And he was doing it out of his house, and he started to get into, or he opened up a shop, and he just opened up a shop down the street. Like I could walk to his shop, and I mean, this dude. He's got like 5 employees. He's got a brick and mortar store, and pretty much the only thing that he sells is Magic cards. And he just opened the store so that he could have people, so he could advertise on Craigslist and have him bring people, or have people bring him stuff instead of having to go out after it all the time.
Right. Now, speaking of neighbors, how many of you guys have any nosy neighbors? Obviously, we're all involved in this business. So how many of you guys have like nosy neighbors that you're taking packages outside to drop off to the post office, and you just got those nosy neighbors that just hanging outside?
I do not have a nosy neighbor, but I do have a neighbor that we get into it every once in a while. He's like one of those guys that'll sit there and yell stuff from his he's gotten into it with some of the other neighbors, like some of the older neighbors, he'll get in their face and yell at them about stuff, but he hasn't gotten in my face yet.
Hey, you better tell me no karate, dude.
I'm still looking forward to it. He hasn't done it.
Yeah, I mean, especially now with this YouTube thing going on, I mean, it's to the point where, have you guys ever had anybody come up to you out of the random, like, hey, I saw you on YouTube, or hey, like, or even family members, like, they start noticing what you're doing, and next thing you know, they just start, just gossiping, and it's getting to that point already.
Oh, really? I don't get that at all. I've never had, I don't think I'm ever gonna get to the point of popularity where somebody stops me on the street and is like, "Oh my God, you're that guy." But
it's the bandana, and you will.
Can you sign my Goodwill bag?
Yeah, that'll be an interesting moment, I guess. I'll have to make a video of it for sure.
I got a video that I'm gonna upload right after this, and I'm pretty much showing you guys the pallets of stuff that I'm getting, and it's pretty exciting stuff.
You muted me.
I did, because all we could hear is your tape.
Well, it's a working hangout, man.
It was really loud, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was saying a month ago, I went to a garage sale here, and the person holding the garage sale recognized me from one of the shows, the meet and greet or something. That was interesting.
Did the price of everything go up, or what?
They didn't have anything worthwhile buying for eBay, so.
That's when you're like, hey, if you want to donate this, I'll make a YouTube video of it, me listing it, and you can make a comment about.
That's kind of interesting. And now she follows me on Facebook.
Funny. Yeah, I did actually finally upload a picture for my Resale Ronin Facebook page, so it doesn't look completely crazy or completely blah or blank. So you guys should go and like that Resale Ronin on Facebook.
Okay, do.
Yeah, speaking of pictures, Paul, do you want to use? You said you were going to give me another picture.
Oh yeah, you can go ahead and use the one on that if you want to.
The suit.
The one that I just listed.
Yeah.
Just take it off of my Resale Ronin page. I did some editing. I didn't really like how, I was inside of a freaking dressing room when I took it, so I just whited everything.
Yeah, it looks kind of creepy there. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a little kind of thought about it again when I looked at it. I was like, yeah, that's kind of nasty, but yeah, it looks like we might have. I guess Sammy D is coming on next weekend or next Wednesday. It looks like. I gotta talk to her a little bit more. I want to get her and talk to her offline sometime. But
you want to talk about a ball of energy?
Oh, I know. I'm looking forward to it. I don't have to do anything when I have people like that on.
What's up, Chad? Chad's on there.
Oh, was he trying to get in still? Yeah,
I don't know, but I'm gonna challenge him to a dance-off.
I don't think I'd take you up on that. I would never challenge you to a dance-off. You look like you got some moves.
I would pay to see that.
Yeah, I bet she was gonna say Oscar versus Paul.
You know it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to buy you something and send it to you just to.
Maybe we'll come out to Colorado.
Feeling better today?
I'm on some meds at the moment, so.
Aren't we all?
You're feeling really good then.
She's like, right now, I'm just loving life right now.
I thought we were all on meds. I mean,
damn you all buyers that leave us negative feedback.
Right.
Santa Ana's yesterday, and it just drove my eyes were burning so bad I couldn't look at the computer at all.
Yeah.
Need more drugs.
Drugs. Yeah.
I have 2 pairs of scissors. They're missing.
Hey, so what's going on with the Resale Society? Is there like a challenge, or is just everybody just report what they've got going on for November?
It's a listing challenge.
Last night it was a 3-day challenge.
See how many listings you can get up in 3 days?
Yeah, it ended last night at midnight, I think.
How many did you get done in the last 3 days, Caesar?
Let me check. I have just newly listed. I have like 21.
21. So you're just an amateur then. by the Reseller Society standards.
And newly listed 21. Yeah.
Yeah. I relisted about 200 items, but I didn't.
That should count.
Yeah, it should count. Dang it! I went through every single one and changed them up and got them to re-index in the search and everything.
All right. Right on. I got a couple of items I want to show you guys, but let me fix my hair. Hold on.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be kind of tough with your camera off. Yeah, I don't really have any. I've been hot on phones lately. I've been finding these all the time, man. Like these wireless phones with the
Yesterday,
bases.
the only thing I found was this Logitech game stick. But when I opened up the box, I mean, I bought it for $6, and the Logitech will probably go for like $26, $30 on eBay. Inside the box was a X-Plane 9 flight simulator, which retails for $60, and I was looking it up, and it's going for $30 or so. So I got kind of a double whammy there.
Oh man, I love bonus games.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
That's the first thing I do when I get a broken Xbox or something. I check it for games. I've gotten so many good games out of PS2s and Xboxes. But yeah, I paid $5 for $10 for a PS2. Got it home, hit the tray, and boom, out pops like a $40 game.
It was even funnier. It was stickered at $12.50, and yesterday was 30% off day at Salvation Army. The day before was 75% off. So I asked her, "Hey, can you give me yesterday's discount?" I meant to come in, and she went ahead and did it.
Yeah, they'll do that sometimes. I've had that happen. I've gone in with one of those 50% off coupons you get, like at our Goodwills. They'll give you, if you go in and buy something on half off day, they'll give you a coupon for 50% off of one item for the rest of the week. And so I'll go in there and give them the coupon, and a lot of times they'll just give me 50% off my entire order. I mean, they can hit the button and make it and do it. It's just a matter of if they do.
Yeah, my Salvation Army down the street for me, they cut me deals all the time. This was a different one, and I'm kind of happy they did it.
This is one of the items that I've been really hot on lately, like these wireless phones, especially the DECT 6.0 ones. I mean, it's crazy. These things go for like $40, $50, some of them. And, you know, you just sell the phone with the charger as long as it's got the power adapter with it, the little cord. And just these, the little bases, like the single bases with the phone. I mean, these are going for like $30 or $40 each on Amazon. And I mean, they seem to be moving. But I keep getting these things for like, I'll get a bag of them for $5 or $10, you know, and there'll be like 10 freaking phones and chargers in there. But what do you got, Caesar? Iron Man?
So I got a shipment of a bunch of these Marvel, just Captain America. And then you got Jeff Davidson. You got Jeff Davis, and you got Spider-Man.
Cool. Just a mask?
These are night lights.
Oh.
And they're like life-size shapes. You plug them into the wall and look just kind of like this.
I need one of those.
And they're life-size, and it has graphics in the back that looks like he smashed his head through your wall.
Oh, I've seen those. I've seen the Hulk ones.
Yeah, look, here's some of the Hulk ones.
Yeah, I've seen those. Those are cool.
Yeah, I got these for $10 a piece, and they retail for like, I've seen them for like $55, $60.
It's supposed to play music? What?
Talking about your toaster again?
Yes! I just noticed it said, and the musical part works perfectly on some of the listings. I'm like, it plays music? So I gotta figure it out.
No spirit plays music.
Yeah.
Where is mine?
Is it cold there, Caesar, or are you just about to head out?
No, it's cold, dude. Okay, so the issues I've been having is that we've been going to bed with the heater off, which I don't know why. And around 1 o'clock in the morning, my house is like 64. And we're all upstairs, and we're all lazy one of us is lazy to come downstairs to turn on the heater. So by the time I turn it on, you know, it's already starting to get hot in here, but I'm just trying to save some from the gas bill.
You're gas bill still, right?
Huh?
You're West Coast.
Yes, sir.
It's not cold out here.
What do you need a heater for?
We're in Santa Ana right now. It's not cold.
I don't need a heater. I got a toaster.
I was blessed with big ears too.
They get cold really fast?
We're going to hit 93 degrees today.
Not here.
Huh?
Yeah.
Not in this part of California.
Oh, we have a Santa Ana going yesterday through tomorrow.
Do you sell vanilla Coke on eBay?
That's the toaster.
You actually sell that on eBay, Caesar, or you just drink it?
What, the vanilla Coke?
Yeah.
No, I'm drinking it right now, dude.
You were like showing it off and everything. It's like, what do you do?
No, it's because a lot of people don't like it. I like it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't drink soda.
It's good for the soul.
Oh, that's beer. Beer's good for the soul.
Did you hear my
Water.
toaster?
Yeah, we heard it.
That's what it does when it's done.
Oh, that would be so annoying. I don't understand how somebody would pay a lot of money just to have.
Dude, they're
something
going
do that.
minimum. The lowest one is $89 on Amazon. The next one up is $169.
Oh, no. I'm not saying that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm just saying I don't understand it.
I'm not making toast in it, man. I
That's
wouldn't.
annoying.
That's annoying.
But
Caesar, you need to buy one of those Nest thermostats. We have one of those, so we don't have to get out of bed. We just grab our iPhone or iPad and turn the heater on by that.
Oh, okay.
And see, what we have to do, whoever gets out of bed first has to go downstairs and build the fire.
yeah.
Nature's best, buddy. Nature's best.
No app for that.
There's no app. You have to do the kindling. It's cold in the morning.
My place is just well insulated with all this junk.
So we got entrepreneur boy right here. Nah, I'm just kidding, guys. Hey, you guys had an awesome hangout yesterday, dude.
Oh, that was a good show, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. We had a good time. Tracy Smith's great, man. I love talking
Yeah,
to her.
it's awesome.
Yeah, she's
She is
very
awesome.
energetic. Lots of information. I want to get her back on and talk more about stocks when she decides to get active on the videos of those and stuff. But
She makes me tired though, thinking about having 8 kids.
yeah, I don't. I
It
could
makes
not
me
do
need
it,
a
Tracy.
nap, you know.
There's
Like,
a
oh my
couple.
God.
There's a couple eBay moms that have like 7 and 8 kids, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
wow.
I mean, I know a few homeschooling families, you know, that have the big families, and it's just like, you know, just looking at you guys getting out of the car, I'm tired. You know what I mean? I can't.
I got only one question for that. Don't you guys watch TV?
Right?
It's when the electricity goes out, you know. There's nothing to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I couldn't do more than one kid. I'm happy with the one I got. Totally fine with that.
I'd be happy with the 3, but my son doesn't talk to me much anymore, so.
How old's your son?
Must be, 14, 13?
No, he's 21. He moved up to Washington, and so I don't hear from him that much.
Wow.
I was the same way when I first moved out. I didn't talk to my parents.
My dad complains that I never talk to him either, but I stop in there like once a month or try and get over to his house like once every couple weeks. But you know, I'm not one to pick up the phone and start talking. If you want to talk to me, get on a hangout.
I don't like talking on the phone. Text me, Facebook me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta.
Facebook me, come to my house, whatever. But don't sit there and tell me that I'm not trying to call you when you're not trying to get a hold of me. You know.
Yeah, I don't really talk to my dad much. He's busy doing his thing, so that's why I got adopted by Chad.
Yeah. Got this. I don't need family. I got this picker community family. But.
So, Brian, what is your plans for the day? You're too quiet over there.
Well, it's been a train here lately.
Oh yeah.
But going back, double checking and making sure everything is listed up. I just got on the social beacon that we were talking about earlier, so I'm trying to figure that out between the 3 different areas. Just trying to get more promotion going outside of eBay. And I took the bike for a ride this morning and the cable broke.
Oh. What, brake cable?
It's the rear derailleur that changes gears.
With no brakes.
So,
Yeah. And bikes are tough, man. That's why people say spend the money on a good bike. But I mean, if you don't have the money, then it doesn't do you much good.
you
But,
work with what you got. So,
exactly.
I mean,
Do what you got to do, but they're not that hard.
Last time we'll get another bike for parts.
Well, no, you don't need the parts. All those cables and everything are the most common parts to break, and there are so many YouTube videos out there on how to fix bikes. I mean, they're easy to work on. The expensive stuff is like when you want to buy brand new wheels for it, or when you want to, buy new derailleurs and stuff like that. But on the other hand, bike parts are really good money. So, if you get one of those old vintage bikes and you just don't want to deal with it, just take it apart, sell the pedals, sell the brakes handles or the brake levers, sell all that stuff. But, I mean, you can get 30, 40 bucks for some of those parts, and you can pick up those vintage bikes for 20 bucks all day.
YouTube is where I learned a lot about what I was doing already on this thing.
Yeah, there's a couple of good websites, too, like really good like a collection of maintenance videos and stuff. That's where I get most of my information. I'm not a bike mechanic or anything, but I just realized what time it was. It is that time, everybody. We're going to wrap this up. Had a good chat this morning talking about aquaponics, and just want to thank everybody for watching. Everybody on this panel makes videos, so if you haven't liked or subscribed to everybody's videos, make sure you do that. If you guys post in do a little thing in the, like a little blurb in the chat box there, people can just mouse over your name and subscribe. Shout out to Chad, Golden Finger Pickers. I'm going to check out that video that you posted up right now. Just wanted to, because that looked really interesting. We might talk about it tomorrow.
All padded envelopes.
But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, hit that little thumbs up down there and the red subscribe button if you haven't already. And we'll be back tomorrow morning, every day, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come check us out again. And anyway, we'll talk to y'all later. Thanks.
Later.
Bye.